Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming to Mary's little house. Here's Peanut. He's been wanting to. He just wants to be part of everything. Here he is. He's going to upstage me here. I can't get him to look at the screen though. Look at the screen, Peanut. Yeah, you look like you're so used to this publicity and celebrity. Boy, are you just cool right now. God bless you. Okay, we gotta get to work here. You can go to sleep now. I'm gonna start talking. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here for Take 10 with Jim number 88, and the subject is trust in God in difficult times. I tell you, we are, as a company, as a nation rather, I see where our economy, we can't get it together to trim down the budget, the debt. It's very hard, very difficult, and we live in very uncertain times. So I think the virtue of trust in God's love and providence is very important and very relevant, not only as a country but as in our own personal lives, because all around me people are really hurting and in debt and everything. Even this little person, little Tempest in a teapot, has some debts to pay as well, but not compared to families and not all you people that are so good and generous. Nothing compared to that. So don't even worry about me. But anyway, I still Tempest in a teapot, and so today I was working and trying to get ready for the Easter. We do Easter gift bags, and we got a whole bunch of gifts to put in there. We put a religious article, and then we put all kinds of other stuff in there, and some Easter eggs, chocolate Easter eggs or something like that. We distribute on Easter. But anyway, I was working on that. I was passing by the statue of St. Therese of the Child Jesus, almost life-size, downstairs in our family room. Anyway, I felt a call, in the middle of all this work, passing their boxes and getting things upstairs to distribute in the gift bags. I felt a call to go down to St. Therese of the Child Jesus because I am concerned in my personal financial situation. The ministry's doing okay. It's paying its bills with the generosity of people. But anyway, I get myself in these little tiffs, this little Tempest in a teapot. So I really was concerned, and so I said, okay, next time I have a chance, I'll go down and sit with you, St. Teresa, in front of the statue of St. Teresa. It was like she was calling me, and I really needed her presence, and it gave me some peace and some strength, and it reminded me of the book that I always loved on the virtue of trust, which is by Dutch Jesuit father, I had it when I was younger, and I just ate it up, and they closed a library someplace, and I got an old edition. I think it's out of print. But the virtue of trust, meditations by Father Paul de Jaguet, Society of Jesus, a Jesuit, the virtue of trust. But this whole book is about trust, and the saint of trust, guess who? Hello, is Saint Therese of the Child Jesus of the Holy Face, that little Carmelite sister, that patron of the missions, never left the Carmelite convent, became co-patron with Saint Francis Xavier, another Jesuit, of the missions, because she offered her sufferings and her prayers for the missionaries, and she showed us how we all could be missionaries, even staying in our own homes, in our own vocations, in our own country. But anyway, she is the saint of trust, and this author, Father Paul de Jaguet, talks about her, and he writes so eloquently about her and about trust. And so I want to just excerpt a few of these things. By the way, I was telling God the Father today, okay, here you are, Father, here I am. I love you, and I put my trust in you. but now you've knocked a few legs out from underneath my chair, or whatever, and now I love you even more. I'm yours even more. I'm not standing on the security of having everything all right with my little tippets in a teapot finances. So I love you that much too. I can't rely on that right now. I know you'll take care of it. I know, and this is where I'm going to go into the. But I love you in that trust, and I did thank him for giving me this chance to say I love you. I trust you. I see that in the saints all the time. The holy founders and foundresses. Oh my God, they about ready to go bankrupt and everything, and all of a sudden the amount of money they needed for this or that necessity just came miraculous. So I don't put nothing past the Eternal Father, and He's always helped us as a ministry in my personal life, and when Sydney was alive, my goodness, we were always robbing Peter to pay Paul and getting things worked out. But we made it, and I know He will continue to help us. Okay, but the excerpt I'm going to excerpt from is surrender in material things, material life. What he goes to Matthew's gospel, what Jesus, the Sermon on the Mount, and he talks about the birds. The birds, they don't work and they're just happy. I watch my pets. They're not worried about debts and everything. They're just happy to be there, laying on my lap here, and my angel's in there scratching her, nesting on her pillow there, making all kinds of noises like she's crying, but she's okay. And the cat someplace, she's got to get her sleep. She works nights, Okay. Anyway, but they don't worry about it, and the Father takes care of them, the birds and the flowers that are here today and gone tomorrow. They don't worry about it. The Father takes care of them, embellishes them, provides for them, and how much more great than we are. So this author shows trust as surrender, as surrendering to whatever is. I've been seeing my crosses not only just for debts and money and all the financial stuff, but when God gives me a cross, frustration. I'm no heavy lifter. He gives me little teeny things. But anyway, when I'm frustrated, I said, now what about this? I always say, there might be a soul that needs this or something like that. So I'm all sort of looking away from it and not getting all, oh my God, what am I going to do and all. But thanking God that I could suffer that for whatever reason He's giving me this frustration or this difficulty or whatever. And I think today, because the world is so caught up in this financial crisis, He's letting me share it with a very little tiny tempest in a teapot, and a very teeny teapot at that. He's letting me share what people are going through so I can understand them, so I can join them in trusting God in all things, even to help us pay our bills and to make the next payment. Okay, so surrender in the material life. Jesus, He didn't despise the material life. Look at Him. He says it better than I do. Oh boy, I better get going here. How good it is to hear the spellbinding words of the Divine Master. Now He's talking about Him taking these images from nature, the birds and the flowers of the field. They teach us to perceive all things, the words of Jesus on the Sermon on the Mount about God's providence and care. They teach us to perceive all things in the light of lively faith, to regard the whole earth as the constant setting of the wise and loving solicitude of our Heavenly Father. The whole earth, everything is showing the constant wise and loving solicitude of a loving Father, of our Heavenly Father. Everything that happens to me, the sweatiness now, it's getting hot out there. We are in the 80s and 89. I think that's a little bit much. I think the thermometer is right in the sun or something. But anyway, the whole world is suffused with His love. It's a lively faith. We see through everything. God's working through everything, even through this little tempest in the teapot, even through the world's economy, topsy-turvy, and our nation facing this great debt that we have. All of that God is working through. It's the setting, the earth, the whole earth, all the situations, everything is a constant setting of the wise and loving solicitude of our Heavenly Father. Well, to be continued, but the main thing is God is loving us, and no matter how bad as things look, and it's giving us a chance when they really look bad to really trust Him, not just sort of pious thing, I trust you, God. You really have to trust Him. God bless you now. Thanks for coming. See you tomorrow. Oh, and happy Holy Week. And remember, the Holy Week is focused on the passion and death of Jesus and His resurrection through per crucium ad lucem, through the cross light, the resurrection, Easter morning. God bless you.